Hello, welcome to Driving School King, lesson number 1. In this lesson, in the first part we will talk about the regulation and management of road traffic on the road, and in the second part we will talk about vertical road signs.
The act governing road traffic on roads in the territory of the Czech Republic is Act No. 361 2000. Road signs in the Czech Republic are regulated by the Ministry of Transport and the police. Signs are nearly the same as the European norm, but with small changes. For example, text is in the Czech language, some differences are in color. The law governing the road signs is Decree No. 30/2001, many times amended and replaced by Decree 294/2015, in force since January 1, 2016. Czech road signs depict people with realistic, as opposed to stylized, silhouettes. Road signs are divided into two basic categories. Vertical road signs are simply road signs. Traffic signs are signs erected at the side of or above roads to give instructions, commands, restrictions, or just provide useful information to road users. Horizontal road signs are simply road marks, are used independently or in addition to vertical road signs. They stress or refine their meaning. Road marks are marked by color or in other comprehensible way.
Permanent vertical road signs are placed on some posts, firmly built into the ground. These are one of the most common types of road signs used to regulate traffic rules. Permanent road signs are usually used for a long time period. Portable vertical road signs are similar to permanent ones, but they are placed on a pedestal or on a vehicle and are mobile. These are typically used to adequately inform drivers about temporary traffic rules change. Portable road signs are usually used for a short time period. Variable vertical road signs can modify their meaning depending, for example, on the traffic flow. These are ordinarily used to give drivers information about special events. Such signs warn of traffic congestion, accidents, incidents like roadwork zones, or speed limits on a specific highway segment. Permanent horizontal road signs are always of a white color. Horizontal road signs are simply called as road marks. These are primarily used to clarify meaning of vertical road signs. Temporary horizontal road signs, temporary road marks, are always marked with yellow or orange color. These are typically used, for example, during roadwork, to sufficiently indicate lane changes, etc. If there is any conflict between permanent, white, road marks and temporary, yellow, road marks, drivers are required to follow temporary yellow marks only.
Road marks may be supplemented with road buttons. Road buttons are reflectors glued or milled into the road that improve visibility in poor weather conditions, in wet conditions or fog, in unclear sections and in the dark. According to the purpose, road buttons of various colors are used. Green road buttons are used in weaving sections. Red road buttons alert to danger. Orange buttons complement temporary horizontal road signs. Blue buttons highlight a section where is a danger of skidding, usually placed on bridges. White buttons supplement the permanent wide longitudinal dashed line. Regarding the traffic law, drivers are needed to respect and follow traffic rules and road signs. Sporadically it is possible to note inconsistencies between road signs and other rules. Therefore, drivers are needed to know which road signs and which rules are superior to those of others. Vertical road signs are superior to horizontal ones. Therefore, if there is a conflict between the vertical and horizontal road sign, drivers must follow the vertical one. In this situation, the vertical road sign informs the driver about being on the main road, which usually guarantees priority when driving through the intersection. The horizontal road mark, at the same time, orders the driver to stop. As these road signs are inconsistent with each other, drivers should follow the vertical road sign only. Portable road signs are superior to permanent road signs. Drivers will typically encounter them in case of a temporary change on a road. In this situation, the permanent road sign orders a driver to turn to the right at the nearest intersection. At the same time, the portable vertical one restricts him to do so. As these road signs are inconsistent with each other again, drivers should follow the portable vertical road sign only. When there are temporary traffic restrictions on the road, drivers will encounter temporary markings. A temporary marking is marked with yellow color, and it is superior to the permanent horizontal road mark, which can be identified by white color. In this situation, the driver is alerted to the reconstruction of the road in time, thanks to a temporary road mark, which grants him enough time to change lanes safely. Traffic lights are superior to road signs regulating the right-of-way. If there is a green light on a traffic light, ordering a driver to go, and a road sign ordering a driver to stop, these are again inconsistent with each other. As a stop sign is one of the signs regulating the right-of-way, drivers follow traffic lights only. In this situation, the road sign is placed above the traffic lights just for case of the loss of electricity. Instructions of a Czech state police officer, the municipal police officer or military police service are superior to all traffic lights and also road signs. Clearly put, if an intersection is controlled by a police officer, municipal police officer or military police service, drivers are required to follow their orders, regardless of any road signs or traffic lights. In connection with the general, local and transitional arrangements on the road, the transitional arrangements are superior to local and the local arrangements are superior to general ones.
The validity of the road sign typically ends by the end of the nearest intersection, unless otherwise specified. Road signs are read from the left to the right, and from the bottom to the top.
Road signs can be grouped into several types. For example, Annex 1 of the Vienna Convention on Road Signs and Signals, 1968, which on June 30, 2004 had 52 signatory countries, defines 8 categories of signs. To simplify the interpretation of the meaning of road signs, 6 basic categories will be used in this presentation. Group 1. Mandatory road signs.
Group 2. Prohibitory road signs.
Group 3. Danger warning road signs.
Group 4. Signs regulating the right-of-way.
Group 5. Direction and informative road signs.
Group 6. Additional panels. Mandatory road signs impose commands on road users and are typically of a blue color, circle-shaped and with a white pictogram inside.
Ahead only. Turn left ahead. Turn right ahead. Turn left here. Turn right here. Ahead or left only. Ahead or right only. Turn left or right only. Keep left. Keep right. Keep left or right. All these road signs inform drivers to continue in given direction only. Drivers are needed to use an indicator when turning. A roundabout represents a type of circular intersection or junction in which road traffic is permitted to flow in one direction around a central island, and priority is given to traffic already on the junction. Roundabout is usually supplemented by give right-of-way sign. Drivers use indicators only when leaving a roundabout. Some roads additionally have minimum speed limits, where slow speeds can impede traffic flow or be dangerous. This minimum speed road sign is not so common, as the risk usually raised with higher speed and not with lower speed. According to general arrangement, the minimum speed limit on a highway is set to 80 km per hour. Snow chains are allowed, and sometimes even necessary, in most European countries when the circumstances justify their use. As soon as they are running on asphalt and are damaging the road, they have to be removed. Drivers have to mount snow chains always on the wheels that are providing traction to their vehicle. These obligations are also valid for 4x4 vehicles, buses and trucks. The maximum speed with chains is 50 km per hour. Winter tires compulsory and end of winter tires compulsory. Road signs indicate sections where it is compulsory to have winter tires on vehicles of M, standard vehicle, and N, trucks, vans, categories in all weather conditions. Use of winter tires can be substituted by use of snow chains. Winter tires must have specified tread pattern depth, which is at least 4 mm.
Route for pedestrians. Road sign commands pedestrians to use the marked lane or paths in given direction. To the other participants in road traffic is its use forbidden, unless stated otherwise. A pedestrian is also a person who pushes or pulls a sled, a baby stroller, a wheelchair, or a handcart of an overall width not exceeding 600 mm, a person moving on skis or roller skates, or using a wheelchair, a person leading a bicycle, walking a dog, etc. Route for pedestrians can also be used by a person on a personal carrier. Cycleway. Road sign commands cyclists to use cycleway only and in given direction. Cycleway may additionally be used by a person leading a bicycle, a person on roller skates or similar sports equipment, and a person on a personal carrier. Pedestrians are forbidden. Shared pedestrian and cycle route. Road sign commands pedestrians and cyclists to use the designated common lane only. This zone can equally be used by a person on a personal carrier. Other road users are forbidden from using it unless otherwise stated. Separated pedestrian and cycle route. Road sign commands pedestrians and cyclists to use sections marked for pedestrians or cyclists in the given direction and indicates where they are located. Other lanes than given can be used only when bypassing. For a better idea, the picture on the right shows the movement of pedestrians and cyclists in individual zones. Route for animal riders. Road sign commands riders on an animal to use marked lane or path and in given direction only. The route may additionally be used by a person leading such an animal. Other road users are forbidden from using it unless otherwise stated. Using this route, for example, by a cyclist is not only forbidden, but due to the unpredictable behavior of an animal it could be even dangerous. Ordered lane. Road sign commands drivers of the marked vehicle type to use the marked lane only. The ordered lane may only be used by drivers of other types of vehicle when overtaking, turning or entering or leaving the road, without endangering or limiting drivers of vehicles for which the lane is marked. Headlights on. Road sign commands drivers to turn on lights prescribed for low visibility conditions. Road Traffic Act obliges drivers to turn on both side lights and low beam lights, dipped beams, when driving in reduced visibility. Under certain circumstances, high beam lights can be used as well.
For all other commands, a mandatory road sign with text is used. The sign commands a command other than can be expressed by another mandatory sign. Various commands applied to road traffic users can be used. Be cautious. The text is in Czech only.
Prohibitory road signs impose prohibitions or restrictions on road users and are primarily of a red and white color, circle-shaped and with a black or red pictogram.
No entry for both sides road sign is used to indicate that entry into the area where the sign is placed is forbidden. This road sign is valid for both motorized and non-motorized vehicles. An additional panel inscription may contain vehicles for which the sign is not valid. No entry for vehicles from the driver's point of view road sign restricts the entry of all types of vehicles on a one-way road in which traffic is directed in the opposite direction. The road on the other side is marked as a one-way road. In some cases, the additional panel allows cyclists to enter the road in the opposite direction. No entry for vehicles, except for motorcycles. Road sign prohibits the entry for all motor vehicles except for motorcycles without a sidecar. The ban does not apply to trams and non-motorized vehicles. No motor vehicles. Road sign prohibits the entry for all motor vehicles including motorcycles without a sidecar. The ban, again, does not apply to trams and non-motorized vehicles. The following traffic signs restrict the entry of marked vehicles. No cargo vehicles. No buses. No tractors. No motorcycles. No cyclists. No animal trailers. No handcarts.
No entry to the vehicles indicated. Road sign restricts entry for vehicles indicated in the sign. This road sign is used where more than one type of vehicle is forbidden to enter. Symbols used can be various. For example, buses, motorcycles, etc. Maximum immediate weight. Road sign indicates that vehicles whose immediate weight exceeds limits specified on the sign are forbidden. Immediate weight represents the absolute current weight including cargo. Maximum axle weight. Road sign restricts the entry for vehicles whose direct axle weight exceeds the allowable limits shown on the sign. This road sign does not typically apply to passenger cars due to their low weight. These road signs prohibit entry for vehicles that exceed following specified limits: width, height, length. No vehicles carrying hazardous cargo. Road sign restricts the entry for vehicles carrying explosives, easily flammable or otherwise hazardous cargo. No vehicles carrying cargo that may cause water pollution. Road sign restricts entry for vehicles transporting oil or petroleum materials or other substances that could cause environmental damage, especially water pollution. Road speed limits are used in most countries to set the maximum, or minimum in some cases, speed at which road vehicles may legally travel on particular stretches of road. Speed limits may be variable and in some places speed is unlimited, For example, on some Autobahn sections in Germany, speed limits are typically indicated on a traffic sign.
Speed limits in the Czech Republic according to general arrangement. Urban area 50 km per hour. Countryside 90 km per hour. Expressway 110 km per hour and highway 130 km per hour. No overtaking road sign prevents drivers to overtake other motor vehicles except for motorcycles without a sidecar. No overtaking by lorries road sign prevents drivers of vehicles with a maximum permissible weight exceeding 3,500 kilograms to overtake any motor vehicle on the left. Drivers should always overtake on the left. It is allowed to overtake on the right just in case the vehicle in front is turning left and there is no doubt about its maneuver. No use of audible warning signals. Road sign prohibits use of audible warning signals. It is used very rarely and is not seen even by hospitals where the driver could expect it. By the traffic law, the driver, in an urban area, gives the audible alert only if it is necessary to avert the imminent danger. All following signs prohibit drivers to turn shown direction at closest intersection or prevent a U-turn maneuver. No right turn. No left turn. No U-turn. Stop, checkpoint. Road sign forbids the driver to continue driving without stopping the vehicle by the sign. At the bottom of the sign, the purpose of the ban may be specified, such as police control, etc. No parking. Road sign prohibits standing, in other words, putting the vehicle stationary for a longer period than the time it takes for the immediate boarding of the transported persons or for the immediate loading and unloading of the cargo. No stopping. Road sign prohibits putting the vehicle in a standstill, except for circumstances caused by road traffic, such as a standing vehicle column.
All following road signs prohibit marked road participants to enter roadway beyond marked sign. No pedestrians. No personal carriers. No animal raiders. No trailers. Minimum distance between vehicles. Road sign determines the minimum distance between two moving vehicles. The distance is always shown on the top of the road sign. In this case 12 meters. End of all prohibitions. Road sign terminates the validity of all bans prescribed for moving vehicles. It can be assumed from the text that the sign does not expire the validity of the no parking or no stopping sign. The worded prohibition road sign is provided for a prohibition other than that which may be expressed by another prohibition sign specified in the traffic law. The ban is expressed by a suitable inscription or a designated symbol inside the red circle. In this case, passage forbidden. The driver must not enter the designated section without any reason. Danger warning signs highlight places where road users are in danger and where there is a need of increased attention. These are typically of the red and white color, triangle-shaped and with black or red pictogram inside.
Curve to the right. Curve to the left. Double curve, first to the right. Double curve, first to the left. These road signs indicate that dangerous or unexpected bends in the road are ahead. Signs typically indicate whether the curves are to the right or the left. The angle of the curve and whether it is one curve or a series of curves can be shown on the additional panel. Dangerous uncontrolled intersection ahead. This is not a priority sign, but a warning sign. It is only used at intersections where priority to the right applies. Priority to the right is a right-of-way system, in which the driver of a vehicle is needed to give way to vehicles approaching from the right at intersections. More about this rule will be sufficiently explained in lesson number 2. Caution: roundabout ahead road sign may be used to indicate the approach to a roundabout where adequate warning is unconveyed by a map-type advanced direction sign. The roundabout warning sign should be used only for true roundabouts. It is not used to give advance warning of a gyratory system or where the approach to an otherwise standard roundabout is controlled another way. Road narrows road sign means that the width of the road will indeed be reduced. This can be done by elimination of the road shoulders or an actual reduction in the pavement itself. When this happens, it is critical to be particularly aware of oncoming traffic and dangerous natural impediments like cliffs, falling rocks, holes in the road, etc. The width of the road can be reduced on the left or the right side, but also on both sides at the same time. Traffic lights ahead road sign informs drivers they are approaching generally an intersection controlled by traffic lights. The sign is typically placed where the intersection is not visible from a sufficient distance. This sign is not placed in front of every traffic light.
Ice likely road sign highlights the section with increased risk of occurrence of black ice on the road. And ice may occur even if the vehicle's thermometer indicates an external temperature of about 2 to 3 degrees above zero. Dangerous descent or climb road sign indicates a section with a dangerous descent or climb. The maximum longitudinal slope of the road is always shown on the road sign. Percentage number on the road sign indicates the steepness of the descent or climb. For example, if the percentage number is 12, then this means that the road will drop or climb by 12 meters in 100 meters. It is simple to recognize meaning of the actual road sign, since all road signs should be read from the left to the right. Descent in the picture. Bumpy road sign means that the road surface ahead is in a poor condition and drivers are about to experience an uncomfortable ride. Therefore, they are warned to adapt the speed of their vehicle mainly due to prevent damage to the vehicle. Speed bump road sign informs drivers they are approaching a speed bump. A speed bump is an obstacle used to force vehicles to reduce their speed on the road. Both signs are generally supplemented by maximum speed limit sign or recommended speed sign. Slippery road sign should be used to warn the danger of vehicles skidding is greater than normal. The degree of danger cannot be defined as it depends on the skid resistance, speed of traffic, super elevation, weather and other factors. Crosswind road sign is often used on exposed bridges and less frequently on coastal or hill roads where high-sided vehicles may be subjected to buffeting from strong winds. On a number of motorways, this fake warning is replaced by an actual windsock mounted on the verge to provide a real visual idea to lorry drivers of the current wind conditions and therefore allow them to adjust their driving accordingly.
Two-way traffic road sign is a warning sign, used to raise awareness. Vehicles should follow the right-hand side of the road and be alerted about oncoming traffic. This road sign generally finishes previous one-way section of the road. Road work ahead road sign. This usually temporary warning sign serves as a general warning of obstructions or restrictions. It's located in advance of road construction. Migratory and feeding paths for wild animals frequently cross provincial highways. Larger wildlife, for example, caribou, deer, moose, elk, etc., can be hazardous to drivers and have the potential to cause fatal collisions. At locations where wildlife is known to frequently cross the road, it may be advisable to advise motorists of the wildlife crossing hazard. The similar conditions apply for domesticated animals road sign. Drivers must pay attention to the freely moving domesticated animals. Loose gravel road sign is usually set up by road workers to indicate there's gravel on the road. It's a warning that the road might be slick on corners, especially for motorcyclists, and also there's the danger of throwing loose stone chippings up which can chip or break another vehicle's window. Rockfall road sign is simply used to indicate the hazards of fallen or falling rocks on the road ahead. Pedestrians ahead road sign alerts to a place with the possibility of increased pedestrian occurrence or frequent pedestrian crossing over a road in a place where no pedestrian crossing is established, for example at the crossing point. Children ahead road sign points to a place where children often walk, cross the road or where there is an increased risk of their sudden entry into the road. This sign is often placed near schools.
Crosswalk ahead road sign indicates a pedestrian crossing that the driver would not otherwise expect and which is not visible from a sufficient distance. Passenger carrier ahead road sign alerts drivers about a section where persons on a passenger carrier frequently cross the road or where there is a more considerable risk of their sudden entry into the road. Caution for cyclists road sign alerts drivers about a section where cyclists often enter, leave or cross the road or where there is a higher risk of their sudden entry into the road. Low-flying aircraft road sign gives advance warning that there may be low-flying aircraft in the area. Low-flying aircraft can cause a thundering noise. Tunnel road sign points to the tunnel, where in addition to the general rules of road, specific rules for driving in a tunnel are applied. No U-turns, headlights on, etc. Tramway warning road sign points to the location where the tramway connects the direction of other vehicles. When entering a tram line in the longitudinal direction, the driver must not endanger or restrict the tram in the run. Clearly put, the tram asserts the right of way. Queues likely road sign is used to reduce the risk of high-speed traffic hitting the back of the queue. The sign can be used primarily in areas of poor visibility, for example when a queue for a junction could be just around a bend. Fog likely road sign is used to warn of reduced visibility due to fog. The sign is typically placed in a place where fog frequently appears.
Accident road sign points to the place of a traffic accident. This sign will usually be used as a portable or variable sign. The accident symbol may also be indicated, for example on the highway, on the traffic information devices placed above the road. Soft verge road sign is commonly used on busy roads where a wide verge looks like a suitable place to pull off the road, or slightly incorrectly where there is a sharp drop on the edge of the road. The sign occasionally also features on single-track roads to try to ensure traffic uses the passing places rather than trying to pass on verges, which may result in the road becoming blocked by stranded cars. Movable bridge road sign warns about lifting or other movable bridge. Waterfront road sign points to a section of road leading to an unprotected waterfront. Both relatively new road signs occur very rarely. A level crossing is a place where a railway line and a road meet each other on the same level. This means that the grades, the road and the track, are not separated by using a bridge or a tunnel. Typically, there are signs indicating the crossing. There may in addition be barriers, gates that go down before a train passes. Depending on how much traffic there is, there are various measures to make the crossing more secure. Signs or panels, indicating the crossing. Blinking or steady lights. Sounds, usually a warning bell. Gates, barriers that are lowered before a train passes. These road signs mark a single-track or multiple-track rail crossing. Single-track crossing signs are marked by some form of saltire, St. Andrew's cross. Multiple-track crossing sign looks almost the same but the bottom is doubled. These road signs are located at a distance of 240, 160 and 80 meters before the railway crossing. Sloping stripes point toward the center of the road. 240 meters, 3 stripes. 160 meters, 2 stripes. 80 meters, 1 stripe. Other hazard road sign points to a hazard other than can be marked with the appropriate warning road sign. A description or symbol of other hazard is typically given on the appropriate additional panel.
Road signs regulating the right-of-way specify right-of-way in road traffic. Traffic lights overrule all following signs. Dangerous intersection with priority indication, for the following intersection only. This road sign is typically used outside the urban area. Each sign has the thicker line indicating the road or direction that has priority, with the viewer's own direction being from the bottom of the sign. Ordinarily used in an urban area, this road sign informs the driver about being on the main road, which usually guarantees priority when driving through the intersection. Meaning of this sign always ends by the following intersection. This road sign is usually supplemented by additional panel informing about actual shape of the intersection. In road transport, a yield or give way sign indicates that each driver must prepare to slow down or even stop if necessary to enable a driver on another approach proceed. A driver who stops or slows down to let another vehicle through has yielded the right of way to that vehicle. A driver is not needed to stop if he has a sufficient outlook to an intersection. Give way to a tram road sign is primarily used at the point where the driver has an obligation to give way to trams, especially outside intersection. In general, when entering a tram lane, the driver must not endanger or limit the tram. Drivers are needed to use an indicator when entering a tram lane.
A stop road sign is a traffic sign to notify drivers that they must come to a complete stop and make confident no other cars are coming before proceeding. This road sign is usually supplemented by additional panel informing about actual shape of the intersection. Priority of oncoming traffic. Entry into the section of the road is forbidden if it can interfere with oncoming traffic. It is necessary to give way to vehicles being on this section of the road or approaching it on opposite lane. Priority over oncoming traffic. Oncoming drivers are forbidden to enter into the section of the road if they can interfere with oncoming traffic from their point of view. The red arrow on the traffic sign indicates oncoming traffic. This means the drivers of vehicles driving in the opposite direction have red and therefore have to give right of way.
Direction and informative road signs provide road users with useful advice, inform about near facilities and give direction information. Highway road sign refers to a roadway in which, in addition to the general rules on road traffic, specific rules apply to highway traffic. Speed limits, no parking, reversing, U-turning, etc. The use of the so-marked road is charged with a toll or a time fee pursuant to a special legal regulation, unless it is otherwise provided by the additional panel. Maximum speed limit is set to 130 km per hour. Minimal speed limit is set to 80 km per hour. A highway can be used by motor vehicles only. Expressway road sign refers to a roadway where, in addition to the general rules on road traffic, specific rules apply to expressway traffic. Speed limits, no parking, reversing, U-turning, etc. The use of this road is not charged unless it appears otherwise from the relevant additional panel below this sign. Maximum speed limit is set to 110 km per hour. No minimal speed limit is applied. Tunnel road sign identifies the entrance to the tunnel where, in addition to the general rules on road traffic, specific tunnel rules apply. For tunnels longer than 500 meters, their actual length shall be indicated at the bottom of the sign or on the additional panel. For tunnels longer than 3,000 meters, the remaining tunnel length is given every 1,000 meters. Urban area road sign indicates the beginning of the territory where the rules for traffic in the urban area apply and informs about the name of the municipality. Drivers of all types of vehicles may, according to general arrangement, drive at 50 km per hour in the urban area. In the case of a highway or expressway, at a speed of not more than 80 km per hour. Residential area road sign indicates an area where, in addition to the general rules on road traffic, specific rules for operation in a residential area apply. Maximum speed is set to 20 km per hour. In the residential area, children can play across the road. Pedestrian zone road sign refers to the area, especially the part of the municipality, where, apart from the general rules on road traffic, specific rules apply for pedestrian traffic. At the bottom of the sign, it is marked by a suitable inscription or symbol, which vehicles are authorized to enter the area and if so, at what time. Other vehicles are forbidden to enter the pedestrian zone. Maximum speed is set to 20 km per hour again.
Emission zone road sign identifies the area, particularly the part of the municipality where the operation of vehicles which do not meet the special emission conditions is limited. The bottom of the sign is marked with the appropriate emblem plate, which allows vehicles to enter this area and at what time. Emission vehicles plaque is awarded on the basis of vehicle's emission reflect to the environmental burden. The plaque must be visibly placed on the vehicle. Zone road sign identifies an area, particularly a part of the urban area where a warning, prohibition, restriction or order resulting from the relevant sign is applied, unless the local arrangement of road traffic within the area is otherwise stated. Traffic restrictions on only certain vehicles, times, etc. are marked at the bottom of the sign by a suitable inscription or symbol. The mark can be made in a square format. All limitations are valid up to the zone end sign. Circuit road sign identifies a traffic circuit set up for bypassing a municipality or part of it. The sign or its additional panel may indicate the name of a circuit or its sequential number.
Speed bump road sign identifies artificial road inequality to sufficiently reduce the speed of moving vehicles. The driver may be properly warned in advance by a danger warning sign of the speed bump. Underpass and overpass road signs simply inform traffic participants about a nearby underpass or overpass. These road signs inform about part of the sidewalk beneath or above a road or railway, allowing pedestrians or cyclists to reach the other side in safety. These signs are prominent especially for pedestrians and cyclists. One-way road sign indicates the direction of driving vehicles on a one-way road. On a one-way road, the driver may not perform a U-turn and reverse. He may reverse if necessary, for example, to park the vehicle in a row of standing vehicles. On the other side of the road, no entry for vehicles sign will be placed. Recommended speed road sign recommends driving speed expressed on the sign by the number in kilometers per hour that can be considered as safe speed. Circumstances to be taken into account are, for example, heavy traffic, poor structural condition of roads, fog, ice, etc. Don't be mistaken with minimum speed limit sign, which is circle-shaped. A crosswalk and crossing for cyclists. Road signs indicate the pedestrian crossing and crossing for cyclists, which are marked by the horizontal crosswalk or crossing for cyclists road marks, especially outside the intersection. The driver may be warned in advance by a danger warning sign of the crosswalk or crossing for cyclists. Emergency parking. Road sign identifies the space, area, reserved for emergency parking of the vehicle. If the location is equipped with an emergency call, the mark is completed with the inscription SOS located in the picture. Dead-end road sign indicates a roadway that ends or stops traveling further. The driver is allowed to enter such designated roadway, but he should expect that the getting out can be more or less problematic.
Parking road sign indicates the specific location where it is allowed to stop and stand. The specific type of parking or the type of vehicle for which the car park is designated may be indicated on the sign or addition panel. Following road signs identify the number and arrangement of lanes. These road signs inform drivers, for example, about increasement of traffic lanes. Lane for slow vehicles. Road sign features an additional lane on the highway and the expressway intended for motor vehicles that do not achieve a driving speed of at least 80 km/h in the section. Other motor vehicles use the lane for slow vehicles if their driving speed in a given section of motorway or motorway road is significantly lower than the speed of other vehicles traveling in the same direction. Lanes diverge. Road sign identifies the lane sorting method before the intersection or the turning point in the intended driving direction. This road sign may consist of countless variations. Reserved lane. Road sign features a dedicated lane mainly for buses and trolleybuses and its location in relation to other lanes. The reserved lane is marked on the roadway at the same time by horizontal road marks. In the case of a lane reserved for another type of vehicle or for a particular purpose, the appropriate symbol or appropriate inscription shall appear in the blue field. Restrictions in lane. Road sign identifies both number and layout of the lanes and expresses for a certain lane a restriction or danger resulting from the symbol used in the respective vertical road sign. Caution: change of arrangement. Road sign with a suitable inscription and symbol highlights the change of the local traffic regulation, the change in the organization of the transport, the unusual construction of the road, the place with frequent occurrences of accidents, etc.
Drive left around tram. Road sign indicates the place where drivers can go round to the left of the tram, which stands at the stop. Drive left alongside tram. Road sign indicates the section of the road where it is allowed to ride left along the tram. Public transport vehicles exit from a tram lane. Road sign features a place where, in particular, public buses exit from a tram lane. The driver of the vehicle traveling in the continuous lane must give right-of-way to vehicles exiting tram lane by reducing the speed of the vehicle or by stopping the vehicle. Escape lane. Road sign informs about an escape lane where, in case of an emergency, for example in the case of a reduced brake effect, the vehicle can be stopped differently. For example by a counterbalance, a rough gravel surface, etc. Time fee or toll. Road sign informs drivers arriving in the Czech Republic about the obligation to pay a time fee or a toll on a specific road segment. The text on the label is ordinarily given in the language of the neighboring state and in English. Maximum speed limits. Road sign informs drivers coming to the Czech Republic about the generally established maximum speed limit in the municipality, outside the municipality, on highways and expressways, and obligations of the daytime running lights use. Merge and turn. Road sign highlights a place where the zip merge rule is applied. Use of this road sign is unnecessary. The principle of the zip rule follows from the law itself. Speed check road sign simply informs about the beginning and the end of a section of speed check by the municipal police. A section of speed measurement by a state police does not have to be marked. Safe distance road sign in conjunction with the appropriate horizontal road mark. Safe distance informs about a safe distance between moving vehicles. The road sign shows the minimum number of arrows on the road that the driver should see on the road ahead of the moving vehicle under normal conditions. Route indicator road sign indicates the direction to the stated destination.
Green signs are used for highway. Blue signs are used for both expressway and conventional first to third class roads. White signs are used for local destinations. Guidance before the intersection with limitations. Road sign informs about traffic restrictions or dangers for the nearest intersection and the direction of driving round. Diverted traffic road sign indicates the direction and course of diversion or detour routes. Especially outside the urban area, at the beginning of the detour, the destination name to which the detour is directed is typically set. At other intersections, then only the arrow pointing to the detour is ordinarily used. Road numbers. Highway number. Expressway and first-class road number. Second-class road number. E-road, International Road, number. Milestone road sign indicates the distance from the beginning of the road. The arrow sign indicates the direction to the nearest emergency call sign. The distance to the nearest emergency call is not shown. Following road signs indicate the nearest facilities. They can also show the direction or distance to it.
Additional panels refine or supplement the meaning of the road sign under which they are placed. Number additional panel supplements other road sign and informs about actual number of, for example, hazards or other commands. In this case, the driver is warned about 2 speed bumps ahead. Following additional panels mark the exact shape of the intersection. The thick line is used for main road generally. Proximity additional panel shows the distance to the place from which the sign placed above this additional panel is valid. Following additional panel is used along with the give right-of-way road sign as a prefix to the stop, give right-of-way road sign and marks the distance to the place where the vehicle has to stop. Length of section additional panel shows the length of the validity range of the sign placed above this additional panel. In the picture on the left, it can be seen that in the length of the following 2 kilometers the driver has to count with lots of curves. Largest allowed weight additional panel determines the maximum weight of the specific vehicle and is usually placed under other regulating signs. When wet additional panel limits validity of other sign placed above this additional panel to wet road conditions only. In this case, the driver is limited to go maximum 100 km per hour just in the case the road is wet. It does not have to rain. Just the fact that the road is wet is sufficient.
Direction arrow additional panel shows the direction to the place to which the sign placed above this additional panel belongs to. Following additional panels show the beginning of the section, section itself and end of section of the sign placed above these additional panels. In this case, in a straight direction. Following additional panels show the section of the sign placed above these additional panels. In this case, in the direction of the arrow. Type of vehicle. Additional panel limits the validity of the road sign under which it is placed to the marked vehicle types. To be specific, the designated symbols are used to identify the vehicle types. The shape of crossing the road with the track. Additional panel shows the shape of the road crossing with the track and is used in particular in the case of a sharp angle of the crossing. Time fee. Additional panel indicates the beginning and end of the road, the use of which is subject to a time fee. Toll. Additional panel identifies a stretch of road whose use is toll charged.
Cyclists in the opposite direction. Additional panel, if placed under the one-way symbol, informs the driver that bicycle riding is permitted in the opposite direction. The appropriate inscription or symbol shown in the additional panel specifies or limits the meaning of the traffic sign under which the additional panel is located. Where the words transport service are used in the additional panel, this means the supply vehicles or medical, repair, maintenance, communal and similar services, vehicles transporting a heavily handicapped person, taxi vehicles and vehicles the drivers of which have their place of residence in places behind the sign.
In lesson number 1 we learned basic division of road signs, their superiority and how to recognize all possible road signs on the road. Traffic signs are the alphabet of each driver. Please take some time to learn these traffic signs and rules properly. They will accompany you all your life and will often change the meaning of the entire traffic situation.
Next time, in lesson number 2. Horizontal road marks, lanes, intersections.
Thank you for your attention.